Ranking on page 2 as an e-commerce store owner feels a bit like being stuck in prison. Today I'm going to break down the one simple mistake that might well be keeping you there and how to break free from page 2 prison. Let's jump in, shall we? If your store's stuck on page 2 or heck even worse page 3, you are getting practically 0 clicks from Google for whatever it is you're ranking for. And the problem is probably that you are targeting the wrong category keywords. Most of the e-commerce sites I see are failing because they're doing category targeting wrong. They're either so broad that Google doesn't really know what the page is about, or worse, you are combating much higher authority sites that find it much easier to rank on page 1. Or you've gone so narrow that actually nobody's looking for it. Let's have a look at some examples I found that prove the point. I'm going to take you through 4 different niches, and I'm going to show you the website that's ranking in the top 3 positions, and then I'm going to show you a website that's ranking on page 2 or 3 for the exact same search term. And let's see if we can see what the one that's ranking low down is doing wrong. It won't be that hard. So here I put into Google men's base layer tops. I like walking, I like climbing, and it's a fairly obvious search term. And here RAB is at the number 1 position, and they have nailed men's base layer tops. Funnily enough though, it's a big brand that's down in page 3, and it's the North Face, and you can see what they've done here is men's tops. It's just far too generic. I'm sure lots of people are searching for men's tops, but more specifically I want to see base layers when I'm searching. And interestingly, when I go into the menu, there is no base layer option either. These guys, as massive as they are missing out on a fairly obvious market. So let's switch gear. This is Briscoe's Artisan Jellies, and they have done what it says on the tin: Artisan Jams, a selection of our finest jams, blah blah blah. And no surprise that because they're a jam store and they've got a page called Artisan Jams, they're ranking right at the top of Google. I then head over to Fabulous Food Finds, and they've just got jam and preserves. They aren't tackling artisan jams, and they're much further down the list because of that. And then I went, well, you know, it's Mother's Day coming up. Let's look for luxury chocolate boxes. And Hotel Chocolat are nailing it. They've got luxury chocolate boxes on sale. If I go into the detailed app, you can see that they've got the meta title luxury chocolate boxes and luxury gift boxes. So they're tackling it on 2 fronts. And then if I go across to a page 2 competitor, I've got Chocolate Gourmet, and they've got luxury gift box, which, you know, it's a chocolate site and luxury gift box, but it wouldn't be that hard to tell Google that it's a luxury chocolate box or a luxury chocolate gift box. And again, if we have a look on the detailed, luxury gift box, brand name, and the headings, yeah, weak. So it's no surprise this page is not anywhere near page 1 for the term luxury chocolate gift box. And then to hammer the point home, let's have a look at hampers. And I put charcuterie hampers in, and I've got gourmet charcuterie hamper gifts. Fabulous title, hey hampers all over it like a rash. Versus these guys, the French Comte, they've got a page called Hamper 2. No surprise again that these are down on page 3. It's very old school, let's say that. You can see the point that I'm making. If you tailor for the search term, you are much more likely to arrive on page 1 and generate those organic clicks than if you tailor for something generic and you're not particularly focused. Or in the case of North Face, you're missing the category altogether. You're just missing a trick from being at the top of a big Google search term. Why is this? Well, category pages should be seen as valuable assets. These are landing pages. These are not just a collection of your products. They should be treated with a high priority. And in particular, although you might not like having to do it, you should treat Google as a high priority. And Google is just a mathematical algorithm. It needs signals on the page to say, is this page relevant for my searches? If your page says men's base layer tops and I search for men's base layer tops, you bet your bottom dollar that it's going to rank higher than a page that just says men's tops. So you've got to find that sweet spot between too broad and too niche. And the easiest way to do that, I find, is to look at the websites that are in positions 1, 2 and 3. look at their menus and see what the categories are that they are offering to see if those make sense for you. As an example, let's jump back to the RAB site. These guys are ranking #1 for men's base layer tops. If I hover my mouse over men's, I can see that they've got insulator jackets, down jackets, waterproof jackets, Gore-Tex, soft shell, and in tops, fleece and mid layer, base layer, technical tees. These are all categories that they have worked out work well for them. So if you've got the products that fit in those categories, you should be targeting them as well. And then finally, what you need to pay attention to is search intent. So when you find a category that you think you can rank for, go into Google, do the search, and make sure the first page of Google's results is showing you web pages that are category pages. Because if they're blog posts, your category page is never going to rank. Now hopefully you found that useful, and if you did, then please like the video. That will help me a lot. If you could subscribe as well, that would be fantastic. But hey, you need to give me a chance. This is a fairly new channel. So next week I will be looking at internal linking, because that is a bit of secret sauce that will also help your category pages rank more effectively than they are doing today. In other words, you could look at this as the final part of the key to get you out of page 2 prison. I look forward to seeing you then. Take care.